one. This video gonna be about Mark Davis, the Las Vegas Raiders. I can't even say because I can't tell Oakland Raiders. But anyway, the Las Vegas Raiders owner came out and said, "Yeah, Colin Kaepernick deserves a second chance. We should sign him. We would sign him. Oh, you open? Yeah, okay, but Cap wants to start, you know, and they already kind of have a starting quarterback with the Raiders, even though he can be a bit Mr. Carr, and they got some backup quarterbacks, but really." See, when to me it's a play on words. Yes, Cap should be playing in the NFL. He should have never been whiteballed from the league to begin with. Believe me, taking a knee against the anthem is not offensive. The anthem, the flag being dragged on the carpet of the NFL mat is more offensive than anything. And why do they push a racist anthem anyway when they don't sing the correct verses anyway? You remember how they always tell you to sing it all the way through? They don't. They omit one verse. Because Francis Scott Key was a racist piece of trash. They won't put that out there. That's why when you have people against critical race theory and the truth, they don't tell the truth. Colin Kaepernick is still better than about 5 or 6 starting quarterbacks right now, and he could back up 20 plus teams right now. But the racist NFL doesn't want him. So they get a Raiders owner. And let me look at the Raiders. Why would the owner of the Raiders come out and say this? Well, let's be realistic. He just got through firing a racist head coach in John Gruden who made racist loaded remarks. John Gruden's situation is so bad that Tampa Bay took his name down from the Ring of Honor. Now, he won a Super Bowl even though it was Tony Dungy's ring. Yeah, I got proof. I got receipts on that. But anyway, he got the ring. Do you know how bad it's got to be for a team to take your name down? The same John Gruden who got fired by the Raiders years ago came back 3 or 4 years ago, had a 10-year, $100 million deal. But these emails were so egregious and so vile, they let him go. And the Raiders had his friend who was assistant and did all right. So, yes, I would imagine that Mark Davis is probably one of those guys that I doubt he would have said this a year ago when old Chucky was in there shucking and grinning and being racist as usual, being his usual self. But it makes political sense. See, these things don't happen by accident. They know they got to make a splash. Brian Flores' lawsuit is real. And there's a couple other brothers that's lawsuit against the NFL's racist ways as far as not hiring coaches is real. And they know Colin Kaepernick's that elephant that sits in the room. They're all the logos of Black Lives Matter and all the Kumbaya and all that Roger Goodell gets paid to be a puppet and lie about, and these racist owners pay and lie about don't mean a thing. Put your money where your mouth is. We shouldn't be talking about Kaepernick. What, he didn't do nothing to get ran out? No way. And so what if he sued the racist NFL? They owed him. They owe him more money. They've been pimping his wares with them Beats by Dre headphones when he did the NFL promotions, and they omitted him in the 49ers. You think I forgot about that when the 49ers played Kansas City in the Super Bowl? And they showed everybody there was a 49er quarterback. They went back to John Brody. What was John Brody? I want to say probably had a Steve DeBerg piece in there. Because I go back, and I start talking for quarterbacks. They probably everybody you could imagine. Except Colin Kaepernick was omitted, even though his team was runner-up and they didn't put it in there. Yeah. Why is that? See, and I mentioned they had the commercial with Joe Montana and Steve Young, but they didn't have Cap. I'm just saying how blatantly racist it's been. So when I see old Mark Davis come up and talk about, I said, well, put your money where your mouth is. But we also know there's a caveat involved too. They fired old Chucky Gruden. And this is to minimize the sting. We're not racist. We'll work with you. Yeah. Because you had that sting of John Gruden and his reputation. So what you gonna do? Of course it was fashionable now because it would look like you almost are civil. Almost. But I always tell you the NFL stands for Negroes Forget Leadership. They ain't do nothing by the goodness of their heart. They doing this because they know that all they got is slogans, but they don't care about black folks. It's a plantation. That's why I don't watch. I boycott watching the NFL draft because it ain't nothing but an auction. And Kaepernick, I know what he was saying. It's true. It's true. But nobody knows how anybody's gonna turn out. You can run a 4.4 and a 40, and it don't mean nothing until you actually are playing, and then you're in the system, and then everything is predicated on so much that has to go a certain way. Coaching, logistics, you know. What has a draft ever showed you? How many Heisman Trophy wins do you remember that have turned in anything? Recent memory. So, but it's all about opportunity and chance. And Kaepernick proved himself a lot better than a lot of people. You know, I crack up when I think about how Sage still had Jay Cutler, who ain't even a half of Colin Kaepernick, a waste, and she was up there using her opinion about President Obama and other things. No one gives Cap that opportunity, and he could tell you a lot. But anyway, we're gonna see what the Raiders are made of. Just a lot of lip service. I understand the agenda because it is an agenda by Mark Davis and the Raiders to mention Kaepernick's name when you consider old Chucky Gruden. NFL ain't slick, and this ain't slick either. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And believe me, I wouldn't be surprised if the Washington Commanders go reaching out for Kaepernick, because you know about old Daniel Snyder. Why not Jerry Jones too? All them good old boys. Yeah. Right about now, we need to look like we ain't as racist or as loaded as we are, even though the NFL is no different than America with 3 Ks. I'm out.